Good Saturday morning, everyone. I hope this finds you well and living your very best life in Jesus Christ. This afternoon, I must once again say goodbye to someone I admire and respect. As a pastor, I'm called to take this type of things in stride, but the truth is that even because I'm new, I guess, I grow increasingly weary of having to say goodbye. The longer we live on this earth, the more seasons of goodbyes we will experience. I guess it's an unavoidable part of the journey. Some goodbyes, however, are more difficult than others, and some goodbyes might be temporary, whereas others tend to be permanent. Whether it's having to lose someone as they move to another town, or seeing kids graduating from school, or the grief of laying a dear loved one to rest, I don't like goodbyes because goodbyes are rarely easy. It reminds me of when I used to read my son Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne. And he said this in one of the books. Pooh says, "How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard." Well, with apologies to Mr. Milne and Pooh, I would like to paraphrase that as, how blessed we are that we have someone that makes saying goodbye so hard. In Acts 20, we find Paul saying goodbye to his friends and church leaders in Ephesus. And he's been compelled by the Spirit. He's on his way to Jerusalem, and he's not knowing what will happen to him when he gets there. Yet he was certain it would involve prison and hardship. And he was also convinced that this would be the last time his friends would ever see him, making this farewell even more difficult and sentimental. But this didn't deter him from following the Lord's lead. His only aim was to finish the race and complete the task the Lord had given him. And he described it as the task of testifying to the good news of God's grace. Though Paul's noble goal in life was to spread the gospel as far and wide as the Lord commissioned him, getting on that boat and waving goodbye must have been really painful and really difficult. But he did it because, in the words of Charles Spurgeon, he preached a gospel worth dying for. But he did warn him. He gave him some warnings to be on their guard for savage wolves and false prophets. He charged them to remain brave in their journey and faithful to the Lord. Paul's key to being able to move forward in such a hard transition and emotional moment is found in verse 32. "Now I commit you to God and to the word of his grace." This is our comfort in any season of farewell. May not make the moment easier, but it does sanctify the moment. Entrusting our loved ones and the circumstances to God in the goodbye times is a way of bringing Jesus and his sustaining grace into the very center of our lives. This is the faith demonstration of trusting God as the keeper and guardian over everything, especially in those times of separation. So today, I will remind myself as I'm delivering our final farewell to our dear friend and brother, that as he trusted in God and now is in God's safekeeping, so we are all in God's tender care, and we need to trust that, well, first of all, that he can always be trusted, even in painful seasons of goodbye. He can be trusted to give us strength for today, as well as for all the tomorrows we might have. I hope you make today a fantastic day. I want you to know that I'm here should you need me, and I truly love you all.